Hi everybody and welcome back to Behind the Pages. This is for part 27, the second collection of parables. I'm Elijah Cohen, I'm the author of this book, and I'm the author of the Book of Benjamin Kareth series. So the second collection of parables is just more short stories that God's told me as I've listened and obeyed. So I think there's 60 parables in this book. And they're interesting. It really kind of took a turn, and I can't see. I'm too close to it to see what God's doing. I feel like that's with the whole book series. I'm too close to it. You know, I'm the one writing it. I'm the one listening to God. I'm the one, praying on my face and begging. All of this is happening in and through me, so I'm not able to fully step away from it and see what He's really doing. But the first collection of parables was more like, I feel like they were more thematic, very directed towards individuals, and there were like real concrete kind of messages, meanings. But then the second collection of parables, it's a lot more spiritual. The parables are a lot more, they're making a point, but it's like you really have to just sit with it for a while. Like each one, you have to sit and let God to just speak through it to you. It's not something you can just read and be like, oh, I understand it. Like the tortoise and the hare, cool. You know these stories and fables, and you get the point right away. And these parables are a lot more, you just have to sit with them, and God's going to speak to some, and cause some people will get something out of them and some people won't. So it'll be interesting, I think, when I get to heaven and I'm like, okay, God, tell me about this book. What were you saying? What was the overall theme? And because I don't see what that is, I don't know. I just was obedient in writing these parables. It's a challenge for me. I think of all the books I've written, the parable books are the most difficult, because you tell people you hear God's voice, that's challenging for people. But then you tell people that God told you a parable to write, and that's even more challenging. And it's like, at this point, I'm just doing everything by faith. Okay, God, this is what you want me to do. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna obey you. And it's gonna be more and more like that as the series goes on, because the stakes get much higher further along, and I have to just completely trust that God's going to speak through me, because I'm out on the deep waters beyond my comfort zone. Do not feel qualified to write these books at all, of course. Who would be? All I can do is just trust that He's going to speak through me, and that's in some way these books point to Him. That's all that matters to me. As long as people could read these books or listen to these parables and see God's heart, or get a glimpse of something of the Lord, or this whole book series is, the tagline is to know Him and to make Him known. Who can do that? Because no one can know God, right? Like God's so him so unlike anything we know, but we can see Him, and He does reveal Himself, and He has revealed Himself in the Word. But to make Him known, that's the whole point of the book series, is to make Him known, is to fill the earth with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord. Does not matter in what form that takes, so long as all of our lives are doing that. So the question every Christian has to ask themselves is, my life filling the earth in every way that God's given me, filling the earth with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord? Are you doing something in your life to love people and to fill them with the knowledge of who God is, by your actions, by your words, by the way you live your life and spend your time? Is your life filling the earth with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord? That's the point of this book series. So I completely understand that God is doing this work in me and through me. It is not coming from me. at all, because it can't. There's none of this that's in me. I am so broken still, so out of my league at this point. I mean, we're 27 books into the series, and I'm like looking at, you know, when God gave me the timeline and he showed me the rest of the books, and I'm just like, okay, get me there, you know, because I'm just trusting him. And the second collection of parables is that. It's me trusting the Lord and listening to him and writing what he tells me to write. And I don't have to understand it. I don't have to understand every parable. I don't have to understand. It's not in me. It's not from me. It's not in me. I don't have to understand it. So that's the brilliant part of being the author of this book series, is because it's not like I have to know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. That's amazing. Like, it's amazing to be able to just sit, trust God. Okay, I'm gonna write about listening and obeying. I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna just trust you. And then I go back and I read what God had wrote through me, and then I'm like, okay, I can get encouraged by it, and I see what God was doing, but I don't know at what point he did it. Like, when did you write this? So, but it really, I don't know why I'm telling about it in this video, but it really separates me from the series, which is really nice, because I tell God all the time, I'm like, this is your series. This is building your kingdom, talking about you. So if you don't fill me with words, if you don't speak through me, if you don't, then this doesn't mean anything. God doesn't take this series and work through it, then it's worthless. But it's an amazing privilege to be the author of the book, to be able to be obedient, to do this. And then in the end of the series, what I love is that I get to just lay it at Jesus' feet, all of these books, and let them go. And they won't be they're just not part of me. It feels weird to say, but they're not. I mean, Benjamin Kareth was like, it's not even my name anymore, and Elijah Cohen's not my name anymore. So these are just seasons of my life and things that I get to do and obey the Lord and release and let go. So yeah, so that's behind the pages for the second collection of parables. It's available on Amazon, and Mike Whitehead did the audio book on Audible and iTunes. Check that out. Like, subscribe, share the videos, share the website, share the series, read the series, listen to it, pray for me. Yeah, thanks for watching.